Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I am Valsa Williams and with me is Anuja Kumar with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates strategically important Uttal Tunnel at Rohtang in Himachal Pradesh. Uttal Tunnel will benefit Himachal and serve as a lifeline for Leh and Ladakh, says Prime Minister. In Bihar, RJD Congress-led Grand Alliance finalizes seat sharing for upcoming assembly elections. Recovery rate of COVID-19 improves to 83.84% in the country. Delhi Metro to begin its services at 6 a.m. tomorrow to facilitate students for UPSC examinations. And in IPL cricket, Royal Challengers Bangalore to take on Rajasthan Royals in Abu Dhabi and Delhi Capitals lock horns with Kolkata Knight Riders in Sharjah. In our special series on the occasion of the 151st birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, we begin this bulletin with Bapu Ki Baat. In a post-prayer speech on 3rd October 1947, Mahatma Gandhi had spoken about Satya and Satyagraha.
देख रहा हूँ कि हमारे मुल्क में काफी जगह पे आज सत्याग्रह चलता है, ऐसा कहते हैं। तो मुझको बड़ा शक है, इस जगह पे वो कहते हैं सत्याग्रह चलता है, वहाँ सचमुच वो सत्याग्रह है कि दुराग्रह है। ऐसा हमारे मुल्क में हो गया है कि एक चीज का नाम ले लो लेकिन काम तो इससे उल्टा ही है। और आज जो कोई भी आदमी, किसी भले पोस्ट ऑफिस के हो, टेलीग्राफ ऑफिस के हो, रेलवे के हो या तो देशी राज्यों में हो, जिस जगह पे वो सत्ता लेने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, उन सबको इतना समझ लेना चाहिए कि हम ये काम जो कर रहे हैं वो सत्य है या असत्य है। अगर असत्य है तो उसका आग्रह क्या करना था, अगर सत्य है तो सत्य का आग्रह तो हमेशा हर हालत में करना ही चाहिए।
And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said the government has put in its full strength for development of border infrastructure. The Prime Minister was speaking after inaugurating the strategically important all-weather Uttal Tunnel at Rohtang in Himachal Pradesh. The Prime Minister said construction of roads, bridges and tunnels are being carried out on a large scale with special emphasis on the development of border infrastructure. He said its benefits are being extended to the common people as well as the armed forces personnel.
इसका बहुत बड़ा लाभ सामान्य जनों के साथ ही हमारे फौजी भाई बहनों को भी हो रहा है। सर्दी के मौसम में उन तक रसद पहुंचाना हो, उनकी रक्षा से जुड़े साजो सामान हो, वो आसानी से पेट्रोलिंग कर सकें, इसके लिए सड़कों का जाल बिछाया जा रहा है। देश की रक्षा करने वालों की जरूरतों का ध्यान रखना, हितों का ध्यान रखना हमारी सरकार की सर्वोच्च प्राथमिकता में से एक है।
The Prime Minister said Uttal Tunnel will not only benefit the people of Himachal Pradesh but will also be a lifeline for Leh Ladakh. He said for the government there is nothing bigger than the safety and security of the people.
अब सही मायनों में हिमाचल प्रदेश का ये बड़ा क्षेत्र और लेह लद्दाख देश के बाकी हिस्सों से हमेशा जुड़े रहेंगे, प्रगति पथ पर तेजी से आगे बढ़ेंगे। इस टनल से मनाली और केलोंग के बीच इसकी दूरी 3-4 घंटे कम हो ही जाएगी। पहाड़ के मेरे भाई बहन समझ सकते हैं कि पहाड़ पर 3-4 घंटे की दूरी कम होने का मतलब क्या होता है। लेह लद्दाख के किसानों, बागवानों, युवाओं के लिए भी अब देश की राजधानी दिल्ली और दूसरे बाजार तक उनकी पहुंच आसान हो जाएगी।
Mr. Modi said after a long wait, the Chief of Defence Staff is now part of the system, adding that according to the requirements of the armed forces, better coordination has now been established in both procurement and production. He said several reforms are being implemented to manufacture modern weapons in India to make the country Atmanirbhar.
चीफ ऑफ डिफेंस स्टाफ की व्यवस्था अब हमारे सिस्टम का हिस्सा है। इससे देश की सेनाओं की आवश्यकताओं के अनुसार प्रोक्योरमेंट और प्रोडक्शन दोनों में बेहतर समन्वय स्थापित हुआ है। अब अनेक ऐसे साजो सामान हैं जिनको विदेश से मांगने पर प्रतिबंध लगा दिया गया है। वो सामान अब सिर्फ भारतीय उद्योगों से ही खरीदना जरूरी कर दिया गया है। साथियों, भारत में डिफेंस इंडस्ट्री में विदेशी निवेश और विदेशी तकनीक आ सके, इसके लिए अब भारतीय संस्थानों को अनेक प्रकार के प्रोत्साहन दिए जा रहे हैं। जैसे जैसे भारत की वैश्विक भूमिका बदल रही है, हमें उसी तेजी से, उसी रफ्तार से अपने इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को, अपने आर्थिक और सामरिक सामर्थ्य को भी बढ़ाना है। आत्मनिर्भर भारत का आत्मविश्वास आज जनमानस की सोच का हिस्सा बन चुका है। अटल टनल इसी आत्मविश्वास का प्रतीक है।
The Prime Minister said it is a historic day as not only Atalji's dream has been fulfilled today, but also the people of Himachal Pradesh. Emphasizing the importance of connectivity, Mr. Modi said it has direct connection with development. He said connectivity in border areas is directly related to security of the country. The Prime Minister was accompanied by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh Jairam Thakur, Minister of State for Finance Anurag Singh Thakur, Chief of Defence Staff General Bipin Rawat and Army Chief General Manoj Mukund Narawane. Speaking on the occasion, the Defence Minister praised the Border Road Organisation for completing the project in time without increasing the cost. He said the tunnel will give a strategic boost to the defence forces also.
12 महीने 24 घंटे के लिए यह रास्ता खुल गया है। हमारे सेना के जवानों के लिए लॉजिस्टिक, राशन, वेपन, अन्य सुविधाएं और साथ ही साथ बहुत ही सरल और सहज तरीके से उनका डिप्लॉयमेंट, यह सब सारी चीजें आसानी से हो सकेंगी। सामरिक दृष्टि से भी इसका बहुत बड़ा महत्व है मेरे बहनों भाइयों, क्योंकि मैं मानता हूं कि हमारे सेना के जवान जो हमारे बगल का देश है चीन, उसकी सीमा पर किस तरीके से अपना पसीना बहाते हैं, जरूरत पड़ती है तो जिस्म का खून भी बहाते हैं। और यहां पर सेना अपने इस जिम्मेदारी का निर्वाह करती है, वहीं पर सीमा पर रहने वाले आप सब भी एक सीमा प्रहरी के रूप में ही अपनी जिम्मेदारी का निर्वाह कर रहे हैं। और मैं मानता हूं कि सीमा पर रहने वाले लोग सचमुच एक स्ट्रेटेजिक एसेट हैं।
The Prime Minister drove through the Uttal Tunnel from south portal of the tunnel at Manali to the north portal at Sishu in Lahore Spiti. He flagged off the HRTC bus service from the north to south portal through the tunnel towards Manali. The Uttal Bihari Vajpayee government had taken the decision to construct a strategic tunnel below the Rohtang Pass on June 3rd, 2000, and the foundation stone for the access road to the south portal of the tunnel was laid on May 26th, 2002. In December 2019, the government decided to name the Rohtang Tunnel as Uttal Tunnel in honor of the former Prime Minister and scholar Uttal Bihari Vajpayee, who had passed away the previous year. A special report from our correspondent on the engineering marvel Uttal Tunnel.
The feasibility study for the Uttal Tunnel was first done in 1990. The foundation stone for the access road to the south portal of the tunnel was laid on 6th May 2002. The tunnel was constructed using drill and blast New Austria tunneling method techniques. The 9.02 km long tunnel connects Manali to Lahore Spiti Valley throughout the year. Earlier, the road remained impacted for about 6 months every year due to the snowfall. The tunnel is built with ultra-modern specifications in the Pir Panjal range of Himalayas at an altitude of 3,000 meters from the mean sea level. It reduces the road distance by 46 km between Manali and Leh and the time by about 4 to 5 hours. The hard work put in by the Border Road Organization in the last 10 years is reaching the final stage. The south portal of the Uttal Tunnel is located at a distance of 25 km from Manali at an altitude of 3,060 meters, while the north portal of the tunnel is located near village Teling Sisu in Lahore Valley at an altitude of 3,071 meters. It is horseshoe-shaped single-tube double-lane tunnel with a roadway of 8 meters. Uttal Tunnel has been designed for traffic density of 3,000 cars per day and 1,500 trucks per day with maximum speed of 80 kilometers per hour. The state-of-the-art electromechanical system, including semi-transverse ventilation system. The tunnel has ample safety features built into it, including telephone connections at every 150 meters for emergency communication, fire hydrant mechanisms at every 60 meters. Auto incident detection system with CCTV cameras at every 250 meters, air quality monitoring at every 1 kilometer, evacuation lighting exit signs and broadcasting system throughout the tunnel, amongst others. Officials said the Border Roads Organization worked relentlessly to overcome major geological, terrain and weather challenges that included the most difficult stretch of the 587-meter Seri Nala fault zone. The breakthrough from both the ends was achieved on 15th October 2017. Diksha Saxena, News Desk.
India continues to occupy the top global position as the country with the maximum number of recoveries. The total recoveries has crossed 54 lakhs today. It accounts for 21% of the global recovered cases, while its share in the total cases stands at 18.6%. India has maintained its global position with one of the lowest case fatality rates, or CFR, when compared to several other countries. While the global CFR stands at 2.97% as on date, the comparative figure for India is 1.56%. The deaths per million population in India is one of the lowest in the world. While the global average is 130 deaths per million population, India is reporting almost half, that is, 73 deaths per million population. India's steady trend of posting high number of daily recoveries continues with 75,628 recoveries registered in the last 24 hours. Higher number of single-day recoveries is also reflected in the continuous increase in the national recovery rate, which is at present 83.84%. 74.36% of the recovered cases in the past 24 hours are from 10 states and UTs. Maharashtra has contributed the highest numbers, followed by Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. Nearly 77% of the active cases are in 10 states and UTs. Maharashtra is at the lead with more than 2.6 lakh cases. As on date, the active cases contribute only 14.60% to the positive caseload of the country. For the 12th successive day, India has sustained its steady trend of maintaining the active cases below the 10 lakh mark. The number of active cases today is 9,44,996. 79,476 confirmed cases have been reported in the last 24 hours in the country.
In Madhya Pradesh, the number of COVID-19 cases reached more than 1,32,000 after 2019 new cases were reported in the past 24 hours. With 36 patients succumbing to the infection, the death toll rose to 2,372. A report.
As per the State Health Bulletin, 2,332 coronavirus patients were discharged from the hospitals in the past 24 hours, taking the number of recovered cases in the state to around 1,10,000. There are now 20,124 active cases in Madhya Pradesh. The recovery rate has further improved and reached up to around 83%. More than 20 lakh tests have been carried out in the state till date, out of which more than 29,000 tests were carried out yesterday. In a district-wise review of corona infection, the highest 495 new cases of COVID-19 have been reported in Indore district, followed by 242 cases in Bhopal, 172 in Jabalpur and 97 cases in Gwalior. Sanjeev Sharma, AIR News, Bhopal.
The government of Rajasthan has launched a month-long mass awareness campaign on COVID-19. The campaign will run till the 31st of October as part of the statewide mass movement against corona. Ministers and legislators are organizing programs at different districts to create awareness about wearing masks and maintain social distancing. More from our correspondent.
The state government has decided to distribute 1 crore masks to protect the public from COVID infection. Health Minister Dr. Raghu Sharma informed that every person needs to be aware of this disease. He informed that corona testing facility is available at 38 places in the state. Soon this facility will also be available in the remaining 11 districts of the state. More than 1,17,000 people have recovered from the infection in the state. Now there are about 21,000 active cases of COVID-19. 1,516 people have died due to this disease. The death rate of COVID in the state is below 1.3% and the recovery rate is above 84%. The fatality rate of COVID in the state is below 1.3% and the recovery rate is above 84%. Jitendra Dwivedi, AIR News, Jaipur.
Odisha is fast approaching the 2 lakh mark in terms of COVID-19 recovery. With 4,048 patients recovering today, the total number of recoveries has reached 1,94,128 against a cumulative caseload of 2,29,387. A report.
The effective end product of a little less than 34 lakh sample tests so far has turned out to be a little more than 34,000 active cases as on date, with the Delhi recovery establishing a clear lead over the Delhi infection by about 1,000 cases today. The state of late is witness to COVID-19 curving downwards in terms of both the new as well as active case loads. Though all the 30 districts of the state, including the top-ranking Khordha and Cuttack, have reported fresh cases today, yet together they have shared the COVID-19 contraction by about 600 cases in contrast to the day before. Girish Chandra Das, Bhubaneswar.
The number of COVID patients currently under treatment in Tamil Nadu remains under 47,000 for about 3 weeks. Epidemiologists see it as one of the signs of the situation stabilizing in the state. Yesterday, the total COVID-19 infection increased to nearly 6,09,000. 5,595 people were tested positive, including 1,278 people in Chennai. The total recoveries have gone up to nearly 5.53 lakh. More from our correspondent.
The new cases being reported every day in Tamil Nadu does not show any drastic decline, though the active caseload remains under the 47,000 mark since September 15th. However, the new cases in Chennai that crossed the figure of 1,000 per day on the 24th of last month are yet to retract itself to the below 1,000 level. The case mortality in the state is 1.59%. The recovery rate has also improved to 90.81%. Meanwhile, the Southern Railway has announced special suburban rail services in Chennai to the bona fide employees of the state government to help them attend their offices. Only those who are certified as essential services staff are permitted in the electric trains. The regular suburban rail services in the city are yet to start. Jai Singh, AIR News, Chennai.
In Tripura, 20,876 patients have recovered from coronavirus infection so far, while 5,176 patients are undergoing treatment. According to the state COVID-19 bulletin, the total number of positive cases has reached 26,339. Also, 198 persons were detected positive, while 301 patients were discharged after recovery in the past 24 hours. The News Services Division of All India Radio in its bilingual live phone-in program tonight will bring you a special discussion on COVID-19. Dr. N.N. Mathur, Director, Lady Hardinge Medical College, will take part in the discussion. Listeners can ask questions to the expert on toll-free telephone number 1-800-115767. You can also ask questions on telephone number 011-2331-4444 and post queries on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts by #AskAIR. Delhi Metro Rail Corporation DMRC today informed that to facilitate students for the UPSC examinations, Delhi Metro services will begin at 6 in the morning from terminal stations of all lines tomorrow. Ministry of External Affairs has said that it is in touch with all concerned authorities, including Ministries of Home Affairs and Health and Family Welfare, and a decision on reopening of the Kartarpur corridor would be taken in accordance with the COVID protocol and easing of restrictions. In response to media queries, MEA spokesperson Anurag Srivastava said at the time of opening of the Kartarpur corridor last year and in the bilateral agreement signed in October 2019, it was decided that both sides shall establish requisite infrastructure, including construction of a bridge at Buri Ravi Channel at the earliest. You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates strategically important Uttal Tunnel at Rohtang in Himachal Pradesh. Uttal Tunnel will benefit Himachal and serve as a lifeline for Leh and Ladakh, says Prime Minister. In Bihar, RJD Congress-led Grand Alliance finalizes seat sharing for upcoming assembly elections. Recovery rate of COVID-19 improves to 83.84% in the country.
Delhi Metro to begin its services at 6 a.m. tomorrow to facilitate students for UPSC examinations. And in IPL cricket, Royal Challengers Bangalore to take on Rajasthan Royals in Abu Dhabi and Delhi Capitals lock horns with Kolkata Knight Riders in Sharjah. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
In Bihar, the opposition RJD Congress-led Grand Alliance has almost finalized the seat-sharing deal for the state assembly elections. RJD sources said the party has accommodated some more seats for Congress than earlier offered to it. Sources said left-wing parties are also accommodated in the Grand Alliance and they may get seats in double digits. The formal announcement of the seat-sharing formula may take place later in the day or on Sunday. More from our correspondent.
Number of members in Grand Alliance has reached to 6. Earlier, former Union Minister Upendra Kushwaha led RLSP and former Chief Minister Jitan Ram Manjhi led Hindustani Awam Morcha had separated their ways from Grand Alliance. Dharmendra Kumar Rai, AIR News, Patna.
Meanwhile, hectic deliberations are still going on in NDA for finalization of seat sharing. Senior BJP leader and Union Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad said the issue will be sorted out very soon. He said a coordination committee has been constituted by party national president JP Nadda to resolve the issue. On the other hand, LJP President Chirag Paswan is still adamant over issue of their number of seats. Mr. Paswan has convened the party's parliamentary board meeting in which he may take some final decision. Union Minister for Women and Child Development Smriti Irani today said the family of the victim in Hathras case will definitely get justice and Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath will take stern action against the guilty officers once the SIT files its investigation report. Meanwhile, Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has reiterated that no criminal will be spared in the state and his government will not tolerate. Talking to media in Varanasi after a function, Union Minister Smriti Irani said she herself has spoken to Yogi Adityanath regarding the incident and the Chief Minister had assured that justice will be done in the case and SP of the district has already been transferred. She said opposition is politicizing the incident. Meanwhile, DGP of the state, Hitesh Chandra Awasthi and Additional Chief Secretary Home Avnish Awasthi have reached Hathras to meet the family of the victim.
The government has said that over 1,97,000 tons of paddy have been procured in 3 states of Haryana, Punjab and Uttar Pradesh in this Kharif marketing season. The Agriculture Ministry said the total number of farmers benefited are around 16,000 and total minimum support price MSP outflow is over 372 crore rupees. It said paddy procurement for 2020-21 is progressing smoothly and it will pick up in a week's time. The ministry said cotton purchase on MSP for cotton season 2020-21 started in Haryana from yesterday. Cotton Corporation of India has geared up its infrastructure for the MSP procurement. Jal Shakti Minister Gajendra Singh Shekhawat yesterday launched a 100-day campaign to provide portable piped water supply in schools and Anganwadi centres. This mission was envisaged by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the 29th of last month while releasing the Margdarshika for Gram Panchayats and Pani Samitis for implementation of the Jal Jeevan Mission. The Prime Minister had appealed to the states to make best use of this campaign to ensure provision of portable piped water supply in these public institutions.
Veteran social activist Pushpa Bhave passed away in Mumbai last night following a prolonged illness. She was 81. Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray and Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar expressed grief over the sad demise. She was a professor of Marathi and taught at several colleges in Mumbai. Apart from being a renowned social activist, she was also an influential speaker and a multifaceted personality. More from our Mumbai correspondent.
Pushpa Bhave has been associated with the Rashtra Seva Dal and democratic movement since her student days. She was also an academician and an intellectual who fought for the rights of common citizens. She had taken part in the Sanyukta Maharashtra movement and the Goa liberation movement. During the emergency, she had offered her home as shelter to underground political workers. While ideologically guiding the movement of the Mill Workers Struggle Committee in Mumbai, she was at the forefront of the struggle with the government to ensure that mill workers get their rightful homes. Being a strong feminist, Pushpa Bhave took an independent ideological role in the organization of Dalit women. Her demise is a great loss to the progressive movement of Maharashtra, the reformist ideology, the struggle for the rights of the neglected sections, and the women's empowerment movement. Madhuri Pange, AIR News, Mumbai.
The tourism sector is slowly reviving in Nilgiri's district of Tamil Nadu, with various tourism spots being opened up as part of the unlock process. In Udaga, Mandalam, Kunnur and Kotagiri, tourism hotspots including government botanical gardens, Sims Park, etc. have been opened partially. However, strict monitoring and testing facilities have been set up in and around these places against the background of COVID-19 pandemic.
U.S. President Donald Trump has been shifted to Walter Reed National Military Medical Center in Maryland. The U.S. President informed about his trip to the hospital through a short video that he shared on Twitter. In his message, Mr. Trump thanked his well-wishers for their support and said he's doing very well. President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump tested positive for the coronavirus yesterday. The development is likely to affect his hectic election campaign just weeks before the presidential polls. Mr. Trump's campaign manager said all campaign events involving the U.S. President and his family will either be turned into virtual events or postponed until further notice. In IPL cricket today, there will be two matches. In the first match, Royal Challengers Bangalore will take on Rajasthan Royals at Abu Dhabi from 3:30 p.m., while Delhi Capitals will lock horns with Kolkata Knight Riders at Sharjah from 7:30 p.m. In yesterday's match at Dubai, Sunrisers Hyderabad defeated Chennai Super Kings by 7 runs. Opting to bat first, Hyderabad posted 164 runs for 5 in stipulated 20 overs. Captain David Warner made 28 off 29 balls. Ace tennis players Rafael Nadal, Dominic Thiem and Simona Halep have entered into the fourth round of the French Open, while Stan Wawrinka suffered a shock exit from the tournament. In men's singles, Rafael Nadal advanced into the last 16 with a 6-1, 6-4, 6-0 victory over Italian Stefano Travaglia. The second-seed Spaniard is looking to extend his record to 13 titles at Roland Garros and hoping to match Roger Federer's record of 20 men's Grand Slam singles titles. He will next meet 213th ranked Sebastian Korda. Now let us take a look at today's weather. In the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, minimum temperature in Jammu was 18 degrees Celsius and maximum is expected to be around 35 degrees. The city is likely to have mainly clear sky. In Srinagar, minimum temperature was recorded at 8 degrees Celsius, while maximum could go up to 28 degrees. The city will have mainly clear sky. Leh in Ladakh will also have mainly clear sky. In Gilgit, the temperature is likely to hover between 8 and 30 degrees Celsius. It will have mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards afternoon or evening. In Muzaffarabad, there will be mainly clear sky. The temperature is likely to hover between 13 and 33 degrees Celsius. National capital Delhi will have mainly clear sky. Minimum temperature was recorded at 20 degrees Celsius and maximum could go up to 37 degrees. In Dehradun, the temperature will hover between 20 and 33 degrees Celsius. The city will see mainly clear sky, becoming partly cloudy towards the afternoon or evening. Chandigarh will have mainly clear sky. Minimum temperature was registered at 19 degrees Celsius and maximum will be around 35 degrees. In Mumbai, there will be generally cloudy sky with light rain. Forecast for Kolkata says partly cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. In Hyderabad, minimum temperature was 24 degrees Celsius, while maximum will be around 33 degrees. And now the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates strategically important Uttal Tunnel at Rohtang in Himachal Pradesh. Uttal Tunnel will benefit Himachal and serve as a lifeline for Leh and Ladakh, says Prime Minister. In Bihar, RJD Congress-led Grand Alliance finalizes seat sharing for upcoming assembly elections. Recovery rate of COVID-19 improves to 83.84% in the country. Delhi Metro to begin its services at 6 a.m. tomorrow to facilitate students for UPSC examinations. And in IPL cricket, Royal Challengers Bangalore to take on Rajasthan Royals in Abu Dhabi and Delhi Capitals lock horns with Kolkata Knight Riders in Sharjah. And now, before we end the bulletin, we bring you Bapu's favourite bhajan, Vaishnav Janto, sung by artists from Algeria.
And with that, we end the midday news.